1 minute ago, golf changed forever. No exaggeration, no hype. What Bryson DeChambeau just did has left the entire world in disbelief. The news broke moments ago, and even his biggest critics are stunned. Because this isn't about a record or a shot or even a trophy. This is about history. For years, Bryson has been called many things. The mad scientist, the rebel, the outcast who tried to turn golf into math. But today, what he did can't be measured in numbers. It's something much bigger, something that's rewriting the story of golf itself. Camera pans over footage of Bryson walking off the course, crowd chanting, phones flashing. Just 1 hour ago, in a quiet corner of the LIV Golf Championship, Bryson DeChambeau made a decision that no one expected. A move so bold, so unprecedented, that even his fellow players didn't believe it until they saw it with their own eyes. Anchor voice. We have just received confirmation that Bryson DeChambeau has officially... Static cuts in, broadcast glitch. Suspenseful pause. The feed cut mid-sentence, but within seconds, the clip was already viral. Twitter exploded, golf journalists rushed to verify the impossible, and fans around the world began asking the same question. What did Bryson just do? Flashback. The setup. To understand this moment, we have to rewind. Not to yesterday, not even to last year, but to the very moment Bryson DeChambeau stopped being a golfer and became a symbol of change. For most of his career, Bryson has lived on the edge, the man who dared to question the traditions of a 150-year-old sport. He challenged the PGA Tour, he built his own equipment, he bulked up, broke records, and broke the internet. But every time he did something extraordinary, critics found a way to twist it. They said he was ruining golf. They said he was too different. They said he cared more about equations than emotion. But what they didn't see was what all of this was doing to him. Slow montage. Bryson training alone, sitting in locker room, scrolling through headlines calling him arrogant and crazy. For years, Bryson smiled through it. He told interviewers it didn't bother him. He said the data was all that mattered. But behind that confidence was something deeper, a loneliness that came from always being the outsider. And that loneliness, as we now know, would eventually become his greatest motivation, the plan. No one knew about, according to multiple sources close to the LIV Golf organization. Bryson had been working on something in secret, a project that, if true, would redefine everything we thought we knew about him. It started quietly. Private meetings, off-season trips, documents marked confidential. No one in his camp would confirm what he was doing. But this week, everything changed. An anonymous insider leaked photos of a document titled The Foundation Initiative. At first, people thought it was fake, but then Bryson himself confirmed it. In the most dramatic way imaginable. Cut to soundbite, Bryson at press conference, calm but emotional. I've spent my whole career proving I belong. Maybe now it's time to help others find where they belong too. The room fell silent. No one moved. Reporters stared, unsure whether they were watching a PR stunt or a genuine turning point in golf history. The historic moments later, Bryson walked onto the course, not with a club, but with a contract. He signed over $25 million of his own money to launch a worldwide youth golf program focused entirely on kids from poor and underrepresented communities. That's right, the same Bryson DeChambeau, once mocked for chasing power and ego, had just given away a fortune for something that wouldn't even carry his name. The cameras captured the moment. A standing ovation followed. And within minutes, social media exploded with one phrase. Bryson DeChambeau just made golf history. Because in a sport built on privilege, tradition, and exclusivity, one of its most controversial figures just opened the doors to everyone. Reactions. Flood in-golf legends began reacting in real time. Nick Faldo tweeted, "Didn't see this coming. Respect." Tiger Woods' foundation posted a simple message. Game recognizes game. Even the critics who once called Bryson a robot started changing their tone. Sports networks replayed the moment on loop. Bryson's biggest swing yet. But this time, it wasn't with a driver. Music swells, montage of kids watching golf clips, smiling, hitting practice shots. For millions of fans, this wasn't just a headline. It was a reminder that even the most misunderstood people can surprise the world. But here's the twist. What most people don't know is that this wasn't spontaneous. The leaked papers revealed handwritten notes from Bryson himself. Personal, emotional, almost painful to read. I was that kid once. Not poor, but different. Too weird, too obsessed, too much. If someone had told me it was okay to think differently, maybe I wouldn't have spent 20 years proving I belonged. Those words hit harder than any drive he's ever hit. And now, the golf world is asking, was this always the plan? Was this the real Bryson we were never allowed to see? Or is there something even bigger coming next? Camera zooms in. Headline flashes, DeChambeau to announce Phase 2 in coming weeks. Because sources close to the project say, this was only the beginning. The morning after Bryson's impossible drive, the golf world was split in two. Some were calling him a genius. Others whispered the unthinkable, that it couldn't have been real. Social media was a battlefield. Clips of the 445-yard drive had hit over 50 million views overnight. Comment sections flooded with words like fake. Physics doesn't allow that. He must have used tech. Even the PGA Tour itself was forced to respond. At exactly 9:42 a.m., a statement dropped. The PGA Tour is currently reviewing the data and video footage from Bryson DeChambeau's record-breaking shot. Further updates will be provided once the verification process is complete. Within minutes, ESPN picked it up. CNBC covered it. The words investigation and controversy spread faster than the shot itself. The viral clip that started everything. Slow-motion replays of Bryson's swing were being dissected frame by golf experts, engineers, even physicists. Every pixel of that footage became a global mystery case. Some claimed they saw a spark near the club head. Was it light reflection or hidden tech? Others pointed out how the ball seemed to accelerate mid-flight, not slow down like normal physics demands. YouTubers made breakdowns. Sports scientists jumped on podcasts. One analyst said, if that drive is legit, then we are looking at the most revolutionary swing ever recorded. But others weren't convinced. They believed Bryson cheated. The whisper from inside the locker room, according to one anonymous PGA Tour player, Bryson had been working with engineers from Tesla Labs months before the event. They claimed he'd tested a prototype club head made from carbon ion composite, a material that could transfer 40% more kinetic energy. If true, that meant his record-breaking drive wasn't just skill, it was science on steroids. When reporters asked Bryson about these rumors, he simply smirked and said, "People fear what they don't understand." That line became headline news. It sounded confident to some, arrogant to others. But it only deepened the mystery. The PGA Tour investigation. 2 days later, PGA officials held a closed-door meeting. They brought in swing data, club scans, even wind speed records. Everything pointed to one thing. The shot was real, but there was one problem. The driver he used wasn't on the approved list. Apparently, Bryson had submitted a modified version weeks before, calling it the Alpha 6. It was built to the same specs, but the internal weighting was adjusted by microns. Just enough to alter launch velocity. Technically, it wasn't illegal, but it wasn't approved either. The board was torn. If they let it stand, they'd open the door to a new era of tech golf. If they disqualified him, they'd be attacking the game's biggest innovator. The scientist behind the swing, meanwhile, the man behind Bryson's driver, Dr. Ethan Larson, came forward. A retired NASA engineer, Larson revealed that Bryson had been working on energy transfer optimization for over a year. He explained that the driver wasn't breaking rules. It was using them differently. Golf is about physics. Bryson just applied it more precisely than anyone before him. Larson's comments hit the internet like wildfire. Supporters hailed Bryson as a pioneer. Critics accused him of turning golf into a technological arms race. Media meltdown every channel. Every news outlet had his face on screen. Headlines read, "Golf's future or golf's downfall?" The Bryson question. Is this still sport or science? DeChambeau under fire after record shot sparks investigation. For Bryson, it was chaos. Reporters camped outside his hotel. Fans surrounded him for autographs while protesters held signs reading, "Keep golf human." But Bryson? He didn't hide. He appeared on a live interview, wearing his signature cap and calm grin. "They can investigate all they want," he said. History doesn't ask for permission. It just happens. That line alone broke the internet. Clips of it got a 100 million plus views in 24 hours.